A great torcedor has years of skilled experience in rolling a perfect cigar. They are equally as important as the buncher to make sure you have a beautifully finished cigar. The wrapper should be rolled nice and firm on the cigar. The caps should be beautifully and evenly rolled. On the case of a regular round cigar, the cap should be evenly distributed, the heads beautifully finished. In the case of a torpedo, they should be finished to a nice point, clean and elegant. Every cigar should be consistent in its aesthetic look, finish, touch, and feel. Only years of great training and experience bring a beautiful cigar to life. See, this is masterfully created. Look at this perfect torpedo. Nice, firm wrapper, beautiful sheen on it, nice even finish. You can't see where the cap ends on it. It's firm, it's perfect. Tobacco is evenly distributed through the cigar, no soft spots. Looks elegant. Can't wait to cut and light it. Once all 50 cigars have been finished, bunched, and rolled, these beautiful cigars will now be inspected by a specific supervisor. They will touch and feel each cigar to make sure that the caps are perfect, the heads look beautiful, the tobacco is distributed evenly through the center of the cigar, and finally, all 50 cigars will be weighed on a scale, and they should fall within 3 to 5 grams of each other to ensure that the right amount of tobacco is placed within the cigars. Now, these cigars will be sent to the quality control room, where I will meet you next for final inspection. Welcome to our quality control room. The cigars that you saw being rolled in the salon parlor will come here for final inspection. In this room, every single cigar will be rechecked thoroughly. We're looking to ensure the tobacco is laid evenly throughout the cigar. Each cigar will be felt to make sure there are no soft spots in the cigar. They'll make sure the caps are perfect on the cigar. And finally, the ring gauge and diameter of each cigar will be checked. If for any reason they find a problem of any sort in the construction of the cigar will be rejected and it will not be re-rolled. It will be used for short filler. In this room, we want to make sure that the construction of every single cigar made at this factory is absolutely perfect. The job is meticulous, it's tedious, takes a lot of time, but it guarantees good quality, consistent cigars.
These are specially designed racks that we've designed for the Maduro cigar. The Maduro cigar retains a lot of water. We've designed these racks so that these cigars dry evenly. It protects the shape of the cigar. If we put them in our normal bundles, the weight of the cigar will make the shape of these cigars inconsistent. That's why we put them on these racks. They dry evenly, and you're always going to have a perfect cigar.
This is the aging room. I love the smell of this room. Smell of cigars, tobacco aging, cedar. It's nice and cool in here. We actually keep the cigars at about 65-degree temperature, 70% humidity, 4 to 6 months of aging. The Maduros take much longer because they retain some water, but this is where they're stored. The babies sleep here. And after 6 months, we pack them for your enjoyment. Welcome to our packaging department. This is a final stage where the cigars will be packed for your enjoyment. Every cigar that comes into the packaging department has to be perfect and flawless in construction, or it will not be received here. So what they're doing here, they're going to check the cigars to make sure the head is perfect, the cap's perfect, they're flawless, clean, and they fit within the narrow color standards that I've set. Those cigars that fit those standards will be allowed to be packed. Any cigar that's a little lighter or darker than the standard I've set will become a factory select. A cigar that is two-tone in color or may have some spots will become a second. Handmade cigars are a natural product. Hence, you get a lot of different gradations of color when it comes to cigars, especially the darker cigars of the Maduros. Here's a prime example. This is a standard I've set for a perfect cigar that would be packed in a box. This particular cigar, very clean, very flawless, but again, when you compare, it's just a shade lighter. This will not be allowed to be packed, and it will be factory select. It just doesn't fit our tight standard. It's not the same rich color that I'm seeking for this particular brand. So this cigar will be rejected. But you know, it's troubling because these are clean. If I were to take this color and pack them all in a box, nobody'd know. But I like that rich, decadent color. And hence, we have only about 45 to 50% of our cigars that are allowed to be packed. It's a lot of work to enjoy that great quality cigar. An often asked question is, why and how do you make a box press cigar? I personally love box press cigars because really what you're doing is you're taking a round cigar and then you're pressing it. They're very hard to make because you have to gauge the draw. Because now, the cigar is being pressed, there's less air through the tobacco. So really what the cigar does, it delivers a rich concentrated flavor, but a really nice, cool smoke. When you're done with the box press cigar, they're gorgeous, look like little pieces of chocolate. Absolutely beautiful. But they start out round. They go onto a little tray like this. You have to have individual cedar dividers because if you were to put the cigars right next to each other, they would lose the form and you get deformed shapes. This way, every single cigar has a uniform shape to it when it's pressed. Then the tray goes into these master presses. They're pressed there for 4 days. Then the cigar's pressed for another 4 days, after which time it goes into this master carton. And it goes into the aging room for 4, 6, sometimes 8 months if they're Maduros. If you've never tried a box press cigar, try it. They're tough to make, but I promise you, they'll deliver. The cigars have now been sorted by color, and they're specifically selected for packing. So at this workstation, each single cigar is taken by hand and the band individually applied. It's meticulous work, takes a lot of time to pack these cigars. When we put all the cigars together, gorgeous, uniform, each one is even, color is perfect. Wow, they look delicious. Over here, once the cigar have been banded, they're re-examined one at a time to make sure and ensure they're absolutely perfect before the cellophane is applied to them. The cellophane will be put on each cigar individually. The cigars will be packed into a box. The cigars then go over to the next workstation where a supervisor will actually take the cigars back out of the boxes, re-inspect each cigar, and then, if they are perfect, put them back in the box and finally place her stamp of approval to guarantee that this box is finally ready for shipping. So my friends, here I am all alone at the factory. So many people have worked so hard and spent so many hours to deliver a great quality cigar. You've seen the farming, the curing, the fermentation, the sorting, and finally the production and the packaging of cigars. Labor intensive, lots of passion. You know, the art form of cigar making is something that is unique in this world. So here, today, my journey ends and yours begins. I promise you, nobody works harder to make you a great quality cigar than we do. So from our family to yours, enjoy.